Hey everyone, it's Charlie. It's October 14th, Wednesday, and it looks like the Dow cracked the 10,000 mark today, which, for $23.7 trillion, what a stellar accomplishment, I guess. I find it ironic that it breaks that mark, that psychological barrier, just the day before Goldman Sachs comes out with their quarterly earnings. Because when they do announce their probably record profit tomorrow, they're also going to announce probably $20 billion in bonuses that they're going to set aside for those bonuses. I'll link a story with this that explains it. But in a nutshell, they've done so well that they're going to hand out $20 billion to their executives in a way of saying thank you so much for doing such a great job. Even though we're too big to fail, and even though we shouldn't even be in existence right now, and even though if it wasn't for the taxpayers of this country, we wouldn't have earned a dime, we would probably be out of work looking for something to do in some kind of stimulus program like pave some streets or something. But nope, they're healthy and whole and living large. Meanwhile, middle America, Main Street as it were, is in worse shape arguably since the 1930s. Last year when the bailout frenzy began, we were in far, far better shape than we are right now. But, the majority of this country is going to see that 10,000 point Dow and think, we're well on our way back to recovery, back to being healthy. And along with that, I came across a story last night and from Bloomberg, and Fall de Grace also sent me the story this morning about Geithner's aides and how much money they've received from Wall Street. And these are aides that are not approved by Congress. They have no review whatsoever. Tim Geithner asked them to come to work for him, and boom, they go to work for him. What are these guys in control of? Well, it says in here, as part of Geithner's kitchen cabinet, Sperling and Sachs wield influence behind the scenes at the Treasury Department, where they help oversee the $700 billion banking rescue and craft executive pay rules and revamp the financial regulations. Okay, so who are these guys? Who's Sperling and Sachs that they talk about in this article? Well, Gene Sperling received almost $1 million last year working for Goldman Sachs. What a coincidence. He received $158,000 for speeches, mostly to financial companies, including the one of Ponzi scheme artist Alan Stanford. So we got a Goldman Sachs former executive who gives financial speeches to companies like Alan Stanford's, who he's in prison for his Ponzi schemes right now. And he's in charge of the $700 billion banking rescue and executive pay rules and revamping the financial regulations of this country. Are you frickin' kidding me? Are you kidding me? And we're celebrating 10,000 on the Dow. Understand where we are at right now, okay? A complete financial coup d'etat has happened in this country. The massive too big to fails are in control of everything. They control who's getting elected next cycle in the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. They're controlling the President of the United States. They're controlling every aspect of everything that has to do with this economy. And you're kidding yourself if you think they are not. We just heard President Obama a few weeks ago talking about how these questionable practices on Wall Street have to stop. But it's all lip service. You understand? It doesn't mean a thing that he comes on and says that in front of the cameras. Because behind the scenes, you have Geithner and his cronies from Wall Street crafting crafting policy. Legislation would mean that it had to be voted on, or that an actual representative would have to look at it. Geithner and his cronies are deciding who gets what and how it runs from here on out. There is no representation in our financial system anymore. That's why it has to just go. With the news tomorrow coming out that Goldman Sachs is going to set aside $20 billion in bonuses, if 5% of the country was awake, there would be riots in the streets of New York. There would be people demanding payback for what's going on, for this outright piracy that's happening right before our very eyes. But it won't happen. They'll be touted as heroes for saving the economy right up until the very last second, and the bailout bubble pops, of which there is no recovery of. And you're seeing the signs of it every single day. Gold, $1,068 an ounce. Silver, $18 an ounce. Oil is back up to $75. So inflation's coming. The rest of the world is bailing out of our dollar. 75.4 on the index right now. It lost almost 50 basis points just today. Nobody's talking about it. They're talking about 10,000-point Dow. With the amount of money that the Fed has created, the $14 trillion they've expanded their balance sheet, the $1 trillion in monetary quantitative easing, the Dow should be at 30,000, 40,000 points. And you know what? Maybe it will get there. But it doesn't matter, because by that time, we'll have official numbers of 18% unemployment. The work week will be 20 hours long, 3 days a week, and 50% of the country will be on food stamps. But it doesn't matter, because you are worthless herd, and you will do what you're told. And how do I know this? Well, because I've lived in this country and seen what has happened in the last 12 months. And for the most part, if you're told the Dow 10,000 means life's getting better for you, you're going to believe it. That's all I got.